Hello all. Right, this is one for Paul A. Bevan and Dan Fletcher, and I asked the question, what happens when it turns around and it says waiting time will be paid on our terms? The question is, who's got priority? As one of them turned around, he says, I'm £20 an hour, not 12. You know, I've got to pay tax, insurance, I've got to run a van. I don't sit around, you know, it's £8 something minimum wage. That means if you work out the maths on it, you're getting a van sitting there waiting for like £3 an hour. It doesn't work out. The thing is, there's no hard and fast rule to this. So what you can do on your bit of the way, what you should do is on your your introductory page or whatever it is on the CX, put your waiting times, put your handball times. We went into this with Ben at HBC. He said there's no such thing as, you know, sort of waiting time handball. It's a matter of if the job goes over what it should be, then you liaise with the shipper, and that's the most important thing. We'll come to that. So you put your times and they put their times, and they kind of and you put on your bit by accepting the job. You accept my terms and conditions, because that's what they put on their bit. And if they turn around to you afterwards and say, yeah, but by accepting the job, you accept our terms and conditions. So yeah, but it says on my bit, by you accepting me as a driver, you accept my terms and conditions. So I click to accept you, but you click to accept me, and they're different. And that's when the negotiation comes in. And the truth of the matter is, and I find it very frustrating when something comes through and it's sort of, you get like this long list of PODs must be in writing and must be sent within 3 days and must be da. It's all nonsense. I've had them before. I had once where it said we don't use factoring companies, and I got the job, and then I read it and I went, oh, hang on. I rung him up and I went, oh mate, I've just seen it said don't use factoring companies. I use a factoring company. He went, oh, don't worry about it, because my price was right and I wasn't far away. And the truth of the matter is, the whole thing's a negotiation. Like, I did one the other day, I had a nice one actually. It was Pinewood Studios. It was fun. It was like kind of Disney, you know. I drove down Merrill Street. Very good. I also saw the John Barry Theatre, the 007, the great big silver buildings they are, and there was the Richard Attenborough one. I was going to film it, but I thought, will they get the ump if I'm filming at Pinewood? There might be like a privacy thing, so I thought I'd better not. And besides, I was on a job. And originally, the quote was to move some stuff across the road, because there's Pinewood North, the Pinewood South and Pinewood North. So they were going to load me, I was going to drive it across the road and unload me. Of course, obviously, there's no miles, but I've got to go get it. I mean, it's an hour out of Slough, so I've got to go and get it. That turned into, can you actually take it to Chalfont St Giles? That was lovely. They're doing a film set for like the new Saving Private Ryan. I think it's called The Pacific. I got to see the American tents and all that, and I was going to film that, but I thought I better not. And then, can you come back, because we can't fit it all on, and then take another load of Chalfont St Giles? And I've done that, and the guy said, can you do Oxford? Well, of course I can, my friend. All the time, I'm talking to the shipper. I've gone, right, they don't want me across the road now. They want me to Chalfont St Giles. Fine, go ahead. They want me again. Fine, go ahead. Now they want me to Oxford. I'll just ring my customer. Fine, go ahead. And we said, we'll sort the price out at the end. And at the end, a little bit of negotiation came through. I said, well, if I charge you for 3 jobs, it's this. Comes to this, is that too dear? He went a little bit. We settled on a day rate, and I was more than happy. I had a nice day. I didn't do no diesel. I went backwards and forwards. It is kind of frustrating when you've got to do the negotiation. They all go, well, just do the job and we'll sort the price out at the end. Because once you've done the job, then they can't come back to you and go, you can't go, well, look, pay me, I'm not going to deliver it. But we don't do that anyway. We don't hold people to ransom. And besides, even if you did say that, they could change the price on the invoice after the event anyway. So it really is, and it's a friendly negotiation, and they kind of know what the job's worth, and you know what you should know what the job's worth, and you come to some kind of conclusion in the end. So the long and the short of it is, I wouldn't worry too much when it says our terms and conditions. But the one thing you must do is, if you look like, if you're in a van, you're going to be over 20 minutes. If you're in a truck, you're going an hour. When you're coming up to that 20 minutes, you ring them up and you go, right, listen, I'm going to be here a little while, you know, and you know, I think we're going to be in a waiting time. And to let you know, I charge my waiting time at this. And they'll probably go, we normally only pay this. Have the negotiation then if you can. If not, you do it at the end. And just resign yourself to the fact that not all jobs, it's not Disneyland. It's not like Pinewood. Not all jobs go smoothly. Some of them you're going to come a bit unstuck on. Some of them, it doesn't work out so well. Some of them work out a dream. I hope that helps. It's a bit vague, but it's kind of my take on it. And in the meantime, on the subject of take, take care, take money.